It's a battle at the top of the Mountain West Conference this afternoon as Colorado State visits Boise State at ExtraMile Arena. Hello, everyone, and welcome inside ExtraMile Arena alongside Eldridge Rakasner. I'm Lane Grindle. And Eldridge, when you look at this matchup, a lot of star power, two of the top teams in the Mountain West Conference. One of the better games of the weekend in the college basketball slate. And we start with David Roddy for Colorado State. This is likely the Mountain West Conference Player of the Year.
Oh, he's a fun player to watch. Really exciting. I can't wait to see what he does today at 6'6". He's a monster.
And, of course, Abu Kigab is a definite leader of this team. He's coming off of 18 points against UNLV on Friday night. But Roddy's such a physical player. That's the thing that really stands out to you about him.
But not only that, he can shoot the three ball. He's really, really unselfish. I called one of his games early in the year against Air Force, and he was just distributing the rock. But when it comes to getting it done as far as being in the paint, throwing it down on somebody, he can do that.
Kigab, just a great communicator. He's a veteran. He's been in this program a long time.
When I look at Kigab, I think of grit and toughness. He's that type of young man, and he's going to have his hands full today with David Roddy. But that should be an awesome matchup. Can't wait to see it.
Plenty of star power in this one. Here's your starting lineups. We told you Roddy, he could be an All-American this year. Tanjay's making his third start in a row for Colorado State. And, of course, Boise State with Kigab and the tremendous freshman in Degenhart, who's having a great season for Boise State. We are underway here at ExtraMile Arena. And the Broncos control the tip as Marcus Shaver Jr. with the basketball.
I'll tell you what, that intro for Boise State had me ready to come out of my jacket and throw down on somebody, Lane. I got hyped up, man.
A little bit of energy in this building for a big one in the Mountain West Conference.
Yes, sir.
Max Rice, Leon Rice, the head coach's son, getting the start and throwing up a three right away, and he gets it to go, and that gets the crowd on their feet early.
How about that? The coach's son got the green light from Daddy and yak him right out of the gate from Max.
Early 3-0 advantage for the Broncos.
It's got to be a cool experience playing for your dad, Lane. I couldn't even imagine, man. That's got to be awesome.
Leon Rice, such a tremendous players coach in the first place. 12 years in charge of the Boise State program, the dean of the Mountain West.
Yeah, I've called several Boise State games versus Oregon. And like you said, Leon is just a great coach.
Rice kicks it out. Kigab spotting up for a three. That one's too strong. Controlled by Stevens. Leaves it for Moore, trailing with a three, and he buried it.
It's just right in rhythm. Beautiful setup by Stevens, and Kendall Moore was ready to knock it down. I love the full court pressure by Kendall Moore on Shaver.
Making him work it up the floor just a little bit. Comes off the screen, gets it on that left wing, does Shaver. Feeds Degenhart. Squares up against Roddy, driving baseline. 5 to shoot on the shot clock for Boise State. Rice puts it on the floor, knocked away by Stevens.
That was a great trap.
Up ahead to Kendall Moore.
Well, Kendall's off to a good start. You can see he's ready for this game. He's picking up 94 feet, Lane. Look at him, man. He's locked in.
Shaver works it up the floor for Boise State. Tries to take Moore off the dribble. Cut him off. And now backing him in. Turnaround jumper on the baseline off the front of the rim. And Roddy clears the board for the Rams, and they want to run in transition. Tanjay leaves it for Stevens for three. That one's too strong.
That was a good look for Stevens in transition. That's a shot that Colorado State would love for him to take consistently. Oh, beautiful pass.
Nice look to the cutting Degenhart, and the freshman finishes at the rim.
I think Marcus Shaver is more known for his scoring, but that just was a beautiful pass that led to an easy layup.
Tanjay to Deshaun Thomas. They swing it around to Moore now, defended by Rice. Roddy working against Armouche, spinning in the paint, and that's what he does so well.
David Roddy. You know, Roddy the Body, the nickname that I'm going to give him, even though he doesn't want it. He told me he wanted to be known as D-Rod. I said, it's not catchy enough, man. If you want to be a star, we got to get a star's nickname for you. He's a fantastic player.
Degenhart Into the corner now, Shaver feeds Armouche down on the baseline, working against Thomas, and he flushes it home.
Well, how about that right there? The big fella didn't play around. Spun off, went in for the two-handed dunk. We knew both teams was going to come in this ready to play with so much at stake, and so far we're off to a great start.
Armouche had 12 in his last game. His scoring had been down. He'd been getting into foul trouble, but Boise State was glad to have the old Armouche back. Such a good defensive team, and you see an example of it right there.
Yeah, great help defense by Kijab.
Rice spotting up for another three, his second one of this first half.
Oh, the coach's son is making the most of his opportunity. He's coming out, shooting it high, letting it fly. Knock it down, baby.
3-point lead for the Broncos. Moore trying to take Rice off the dribble, gets cut off, nearly throws it away.
You know, I asked one of the Boise State assistant coaches, was Max out there because he's the coach's son, or can he actually play? And he said he can actually play. He can shoot the three ball, and he's proving it right here so far.
They leave it to Armouche. And we've got an offensive foul on Mladen Armouche.
Yeah, that's a good call by the ref. Oh, the coach's son is letting it go here early, knocking him down. 2 threes for Max Rice. This one is called Yak 'em.
Boise State in the huddle. Leon Rice, 12th season as the Broncos head coach. He is the dean of the Mountain West Conference and coaching his son Max Rice, who is part of the fast start to this one for the Broncos here to start this game up.
Well, you know he's well coached, but I'm impressed with the fact that he can actually play. Because like I said, I asked one of the assistant coaches, he's just in the lineup because he's the coach's son. But what a great story. Something that I mentioned to you, Lane, you're seeing more and more of these days. Coaches recruiting their sons and their sons playing for him. Mark Few at Gonzaga, his son plays for him. Of course, Wayne Tinkle, Stevie Thompson at Oregon State, Steve Alford at UCLA. And now we see Max Rice out there.
And there's a look at Nico Medved. What a job he's done at Colorado State. His 4th year. They've gotten better every year. In fact, throughout his career, every year, he's improved upon the record from the previous season.
Yeah, he's doing a fantastic job.
Stevens with a little floater in the lane.
Yeah, that young man right there, Isaiah Stevens, reminds me a little bit of Joe Dumars. He's a little bit smaller, but his body language and everything seems similar to me. He's a fantastic player as well. Him and David Roddy lead this team in almost every category: scoring, rebounding, assists, steals, threes. Those 2 names pop up everywhere.
Rice trying to do it again. Tipped into the hands of Moore. Stevens will slow it down now. Into the corner, Moore had it blocked.
That's a great contest by Marcus Shaver. Looked like Kendall Moore was going to have a good clean look. Shaver says,
Degenhart trying to back in Thomas. Off the glass too strong. Stevens looking up the floor, finds Roddy.
One thing you'll notice about David Roddy, he's going to let the game come to him. He's not going to force anything. He's just going to play into the rhythm.
Deshaun Thomas for 3, and he knocked it down.
The big fella showing us he can shoot the 3 ball as well.
19th triple of the season for Deshaun Thomas. He is over a 40% 3-point shooter.
Yeah, he's a stretch 5, stretch 4 for Colorado State. Taking other teams' big people out of the painted area.
Kijab throws it away. Stevens surveying the floor. Leaves it to Tanjay in the corner. Moore for 3, and that one goes.
That's just excellent team play right there. They share the basketball, making the right plays. Guys aren't looking for their own. And Kendall Moore is off to a fantastic start.
Moore with 8 points already in the first 6+ minutes of this game.
That's just a great job in the pick and roll defense by Deshaun Thomas and Kendall Moore.
Degenhart. Good defense by Colorado State. They come out with it. 8-0 run for Colorado State. Stevens driving. Leaves it for Roddy. Roddy with the and one.
Lane, what a dime, man. How did he get that pass through there? Isaiah Stevens with a beautiful dish to David Roddy. You won't see a prettier pass than this. Look like he has nowhere to go, and just a gorgeous bounce pass And the big fella, once he gets it in the lane, he's too strong to be denied.
The anticipation from Stevens, and then the strength and balance of Roddy to finish that play.
Oh, it just was a gorgeous bounce pass. And as we said, Roddy the body, he's big and strong. He plays through contact. One of the most exciting players to watch in the Mountain West Conference. Had Division I football scholarships as a quarterback. How about that?
You can look at him and understand that, right?
Yeah.
And he makes the three-point play. It's an 11-0 run for Colorado State. They have an 8-point advantage now after Boise State came out hot. Colorado State's really settled into this game and taken control.
Well, yes, they have. There's a lot at stake. These guys are playing for NCAA tournament seeding. I expect both these teams to be in the tournament. So now it's just a question of what seed they're going to get. So they realize how important this game is.
Kuzmanovic and Najee Smith both in the game for Boise State. Armouche working in on James Morse, throws it away.
That's just great defense by Isaiah Stevens. He read that pass the whole entire time.
Morse gets it back. Tanjay driving, spinning, and knocking it down.
Oh, that was gorgeous. Stopped on the dime, spun around, and knocked down the fall-away 15-foot jumper.
The Omaha, Nebraska product has played very well of late for Colorado State. And it is a 13-0 run now.
And you can see Colorado State has a lot of different weapons. It isn't all about David Roddy. They got some other guys that can play as well. And just look at the defense on these high screening rolls by Colorado State. Just excellent.
Boise State known for their defense, but Colorado State's defense is what's making a lot of noise right now. Tanjay driving with the left hand, does not get the roll.
That was a great move, though, just couldn't finish it.
Kuzmanovic driving into traffic. And a foul whistled underneath. John Higgins on the call.
That's just a gorgeous move right there. The spin to the turnaround, one-legged fall away, a la Dirk Nowitzki. Colorado State's Rams are balling.
Colorado State with a 10-point advantage here. Almost halfway through this first half of action, and boy, they have been shooting the ball extremely well in the early going.
Yeah, yes, they have. They're sharing the rock, moving the ball around. Kendall Moore off to a fantastic start. He has 8 points on 3 for 4 from the field. The other guys are chipping in as well. Thomas knocking down the 3 ball. They got weapons all over the floor.
Boise State in a bit of a drought offensively right now. Smith to Kijab. They swing it around. Kuzmanovic. Pull up jumper for 2. And the rebound goes to Chandler Jacobs for Colorado State.
That was a nice move. The shot was just a little bit too strong.
Stevens thought about the 3. Puts it on the deck. And saved in by Tanjay on the errant pass from Stevens. Nice athleticism from Tanjay.
Oh, great save.
Jacobs, left wing, rattled it home.
Even the guys coming off the bench aren't wasting time to get in on the act and the scoring column. Everybody's feeling it today for Colorado State.
Kijab. Now Rice coming off the screen. 12 to shoot on the shot clock for Boise State. Rice thought about a 3. Now rises up. In and out, no good. And Jalen Lake, the freshman, with a rebound. 16-0 run for the Rams.
Tough shot attempt right there by Max Rice.
Moore's now left side. Jacobs, heat check. Nope. Off the back of the iron.
Yeah, you're right about that. Heat check. He had to find out if he was still hot.
Kuzmanovic.
Nice kick out.
Najee Smith wide open for 3.
That's just a great decision. The drive and kick back out for the 3. Beautiful execution.
So Smith comes off the bench and ends what was over a 5-minute drought offensively for Boise State. It's a 10-point advantage for the Rams here. Tanjay to Morris. Now Stevens puts it on the floor. A little floater from the free throw line is good, and Stevens just has such a great feel for the game.
That just was a gorgeous little runner off of one leg and a soft touch. The floater wasn't really a thing in my area in the late 80s, but Stevens has it down.
Foul whistled Away from the hoop. And that foul against Kuzmanovic. Excuse me, that foul against Chandler Jacobs, rather. And Kuzmanovic will inbound it underneath. As we get Isaiah Rivera into the game, you see Chandler Jacobs checking back out after the foul.
Yeah, he came in, gave him some good minutes. Knocked down the big three. I just love Colorado State's defense on the high pick and roll. They're not giving Shavers a chance to come off there and look for a shot at all.
And we've talked a lot about the shooting for Colorado State, but I think the story is the energy they're bringing defensively.
The defense, and it started with Kendall Moore picking up 94 feet with the ball pressure. When your point guard can pick up guys like that, it sets the tone defensively.
Jalen Lake, the freshman from deep, off the side of the backboard.
Yeah, he was way off on that one.
Kuzmanovic in the front court for Boise State. Working against Moore. Tries to leave it for Kijab. Back out to Kuzmanovic. A deep two. And it's good.
Yeah, he has a nice looking game. He had a nice move earlier. It just was a little bit too strong, but you can see that time the pump fake, one dribble pull up, and knocks it down.
Very under control.
Yes, he is.
Getting a little bit loud here at ExtraMile Arena. Still a 10-point advantage for Colorado State. Lake leaves it for Morris, and it's taken away.
And Morris has to handle the ball stronger than that. He went there really soft, and as a result, turned it over.
Najee Smith driving, kicking out to Kijab.
This is the matchup I wanted to see right here, Lane.
Kijab on Roddy, now double teamed. Shaver, little floater. That one's good. We've seen that on both ends of the floor so far here today.
Yeah. Marcus Shaver said, all right, Isaiah Stevens, I can match you, baby. Here's my own little runner in the lane.
Bronco fans again getting loud. Roddy working on our moves. Now Moore driving in the paint. Leaves it for Moores, who bends the rim.
We're just seeing some excellent passing here today. Kendall Moore with a dime of his own. Spoon feeding the big man. Good hands. Look at Kendall Moore diving on the floor.
Jump ball is called.
It's plays like that that set the tone. That young man has came to play today. I mean, he's flat out balling out. This is a beautiful dish right there. And Morris didn't play her down with that when he threw it down for the easy dunk. Yeah, this is a matchup, Lane, that I was telling you I was excited to see. Abu Kijab going up against David Roddy. We see him right here. The play is for Kijab, but the help defense comes over for Morris, and Kijab, being the smart player that he is, he doesn't force the issue. He kicks it out, they move the ball around, and then Marcus Shaver was just a beautiful little move. The runner in the lane. I cannot shoot that shot right there. You have to have some serious touch on the ball to be able to knock that down. But that was just a great offensive set. Shows the unselfishness of Boise State.
Still a 10-point advantage for Colorado State. Roddy working inside, just muscling his way home, and he draws the contact.
Yeah, David Roddy said, coach your son. All right, take a little bit of this, Max. You get in the bully ball game with him. I'm going to be honest with you, Lane. It wouldn't surprise me if this young man gets drafted in the NFL as well. He played football in high school, but just look at his body, man. I mean, he is as well built as they come.
I would venture a guess, Eldridge, there is not a player in the country that enjoys contact as much as David Roddy.
And I bet you there's not a player in the country that wants to go up against him down there in that painted area.
Who does he remind you of?
He reminds me of Charles Barkley, but Charles, if you're watching, he's better built than you, Charles. But that's his style of play reminds me of. It's Charles down there in the paint. Charles is about 6'5", 6'6", but just dominated, of course, in college and in the NBA. And that's the player that he reminds me of. And then you mentioned a guy named Byron Houston, who you said he reminded you of. So I think both of those guys are good fits for him.
Throwing it back to the old Big 8 days with Oklahoma State. Byron Houston, kind of an undersized forward, but a physical guy himself. Degenhart with the offensive rebound, finds a cutting Key-Jab, and Key-Jab finishes.
There you go. Key-Jab finally gets involved offensively. A nice kick out by Degenhart.
First bucket of the game for Key-Jab.
Yeah, he's been quiet.
Roddy with a deep three. And Rice comes down with it for Boise State.
Yeah, that one was off. I don't think it drew any iron, just hit the backboard.
Trailing Degenhart for three. The freshman.
He's feeling it. Holding threes in the air on each hand. Yak him for Degenhart. Oh, the crowd is feeling it too.
7-point lead for Colorado State. Roddy driving left side, and he traveled.
Yeah, that's a good call. Dragged his pivot foot a little bit. Michael Irvin on the call there for the travel. Roddy's trying to tell Michael Irvin something. Probably he got bodied a little bit.
He's intense. David Roddy is a competitor.
Yes, he is. You see his focus even in pregame. There's not a smile on his face. He's all business. I love his approach to the game.
Shaver tried to find Armouche on the cut, able to get it into the corner. Degenhart again.
Yeah, Degenhart is feeling it. I see why they're so high on this young man. He can flat out shoot the rock.
Down to just a 4-point lead for Colorado State. Rivera for three. What a big three in the corner from the sophomore out of Illinois.
That was a gorgeous shot fake. Let the defender fly by, didn't knock down the three ball. Both these teams are well coached, great fundamentals. And look at the coach's son knock down 2 threes, and now he's taking the ball to the cup. Yeah, we see Degenhart right here. I mean, he's deep. That's a good 24-foot shot right there. And he said, I'm not done yet. I'm going to give you guys another one. This time it's going to be a yak him from the corner.
6 times this year he's been the Mountain West Conference Freshman of the Week. He's the reigning Mountain West Conference Freshman of the Week.
If he keeps playing like that, he's going to be Freshman of the Week again because he's off to a fantastic start. .6'7" for Degenhart out of Spokane, Washington. Got away from Gonzaga. I'm not sure how that happened because he looked like a guy that would fit Mark Few's system as well.
Degenhart constantly just working the crowd, trying to get them as energized and into this game as possible. Moore feeds Roddy into the corner. Tanjay couldn't get it to fall.
Another good pump fake and a side step for a good look at a three.
Degenhart running the floor. Yes.
Yeah, he's doing a little bit of everything, Lane. He's showing us he can shoot the three ball as well as run the floor and finish in transition. He's a cheerleader. Look at him. He's getting the crowd all pumped up.
First player into double figures. 10 points from Degenhart. It all feels like it's come in the last 30 seconds.
You can definitely feel the momentum changing.
More driving and throws it away. Boise State with that smothering defense.
Yeah, great defensive help on the penetration.
Shaver had it knocked away by Tanjay, but it stays with Boise State.
Yeah, Lane is turning into the Degenhart show. Knocked down a couple threes. That time he gets out on the break and finishes in transition. Young man can flat out play.
Such a complete player, yes, and a ton of energy.
Oh. He's doing a better job than the cheerleaders at getting the crowd involved in this game. He's feeling good, but that's what it's all about.
Nice. Working on Stevens. Now Shaver driving. Kicks back out. Corner. Key-Jab. Strong rebound by Roddy.
Yeah, I don't think you got any chance on taking the ball away from him once he puts his hands on it. Might as well just turn around and run down court.
Good luck. Stevens. Deshaun Thomas, air ball. Saved by Jacobs, but he stepped on the line.
Yeah, that wasn't a good shot by Deshaun Thomas right there because that was a great contest. He decided to shoot it anyway. Didn't draw any iron.
This game living up to the expectations so far. Degenhart letting the home crowd know. Three-point lead for Colorado State here in a big Mountain West Conference matchup. This game has been everything we thought it might be. Thursday night on FS1, get the coffee ready as Washington State battles Johnny Juzang and the 12th ranked UCLA Bruins in a late night basketball thriller. It all tips off Thursday night at 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific on FS1 and the Fox Sports app.
Yeah, the Boise State band is doing a fantastic job here today entertaining me. They were just rocking a little Respect by Aretha Franklin. The lady sitting behind me was really enjoying it. She was getting the groove on, man.
I love it.
Buddy.
Just 6 fouls called in this game so far, and it's really helped the flow of this game get going.
The refs have been letting them play. And just as we say that, they call a foul. Oh,
they
boy.
hurt us.
I got to say something, Lane. You know, I know Kelly Irvin is out there. She's watching. And Miss Irvin, don't be telling your husband about what I'm doing, saying about him on the air. But I had an incident at a Washington State Cal game. And I think being a referee is one of the toughest jobs in all the sport. And the last thing I want to do is throw a ref under the bus. So I just want to say something to Kelly because I know she's watching her husband Michael out there, one of the best officials in college basketball.
Oh, Armouche. What a powerful play underneath.
Yeah, you can see motivation about this game isn't an issue. Both teams are just flat out going at it.
Just a one-point game now. Boise State has played so well.
That's a tough shot.
Tipped around, controlled by the Broncos. Up ahead, key jab. And wisely slows it down.
Let it go.
Yes. Rice again.
Max Rice. Max Rice says, I'm nice, baby. Yak him from the top. Oh, the coach's son has got the green light laying. He's letting it fly.
Third 3 of the first half for Max Rice.
That was Steph Curry distance right there.
Boise State back out in front. First time in a long time for Boise State. It's a 9-0 run for the Broncos. And now a foul whistle against Degenhart. Leon Rice wanted the offensive call. Look at that move inside by Armouche, though.
That just was beautiful. Finished it with the left hand. Then we got the coach's son for straight on. Yak him. I wonder if his daddy could shoot the rock like that. Lane, what do you think? Can Leon shoot the rock like that?
So I saw the coaching staff and the players during their shoot-around throwing up half-court shots, and Leon cannot shoot like Max. Not now, anyway.
You know he's going to watch the game tape, right? He's going to be getting an email from somebody.
Jacobs driving.
Oh,
what
gorgeous.
A nice finish.
Yeah, beautiful finish. Strong attack by Chandler Jacobs. Scored over 2,000 points at Dallas Baptist. So he can score the basketball.
Jacobs really the only new face to this Colorado State team from a 20-win team a season ago.
Yeah, he's built like one of my teammates I had in the CBA in Yakima, Washington, named Reggie Jordan, who played at New Mexico State. He's built just like Reggie.
Final 90 seconds of this first half. Tie ball game. What a game it's been so far. A lot of energy and emotion. Roddy for 3. And he gets involved from the top of the key.
Oh, you're talking about silence the crowd. That's the way you do it right there.
Roddy now into double figures with 10 points.
And Colorado State is mixing up their defense. They've gone to a zone now.
Armouche.
Oh, great block.
Rejected. What defense from Roddy.
Yeah, smaller player, but you can just see his competitiveness and how tough he is down there in the paint.
Stevens off the dribble, and he draws the contact on Degenhart.
Yeah, David Roddy, ladies and gentlemen, one of the best players in all of college basketball. Known for his physical strength, but he's showing us he's really skilled, can knock down the 3-ball, and he even competes defensively. Here you see him go straight up, and that's just a great block right there. That's a competitor at his best.
NBA scouts will like that defense on tape, right?
Yes, sir. People are questioning his size. He's somewhat of a tweener. I agree with that. But you just don't see guys that's that focused and competitive at the college level. I mean, he is a man, and it's all business when he steps between the lines.
And he plays bigger than his size.
He does. Charles Barkley, I'll say it again, was only 6'5", but dominated guys much bigger than him And I'm not saying David Roddy's as good as Charles at this point in his career, but I think he has the potential to play at the next level and have a long career.
Stevens knocks down both free throws, and now a 7-0 run by Colorado State. So these two teams just continuing to go back and forth and going blow for blow. 5-point lead now for Colorado State as Leon Rice trying to see if his Broncos can put together a run over the last 52 seconds of this first half. Colorado State back out in front by 5 here. Under a minute to play in the first half. Nico Medved looking on from the Colorado State bench. A little pressure from Jacobs as Shaver works it up across half court for Boise State.
Well, you can see Coach Medved's telling his team to pick Boise State's guys up full court, make them work, wear their legs down. Hopefully in the second half it'll pay some dividends.
10 to shoot. Into the corner, Shaver for 3, and he got it to go.
As soon as I saw the defense turn to help, I knew that was going to be money because Shaver can shoot the basketball. You can't lose sight of where he is. Colorado State made a mistake, and he made him pay.
7 of 11 from beyond the arc for Boise State in this first half.
That's outstanding.
And now with under 10 to play in the first half, Stevens working on Shaver, leaves it for Roddy for 3. And Roddy does not draw rim, saves it in the left wing from Jacobs, falls harmlessly, and we go to the locker room with a 2-point Colorado State lead, 39-37. A back and forth first half. Colorado State led for most of it, but Boise State with a flurry over the second 10 minutes of this first half have closed it to a 2-point ball game. Colorado State with a 2-point lead here at halftime over Boise State. What a first half it has been, up and down the floor. Some great defense and some great shooting. And Max Rice had hit 9 threes on the season coming into this game. He had 3 in the first half.
Well, the coach's son came out and was flat out balling, knocking down threes, going to the hole. But this young fella right here looking like a young Casey Jacobson. Degenhart with some daggers in the heart. 3-ball was on, Lane. He was on fire.
Degenhart, one of the top freshmen in the Mountain West Conference, and then perhaps the Mountain West Conference Player of the Year, David Roddy.
He lives up to expectations. I mean, he's a big, strong kid down there in the paint. He's a competitor in the paint, drawing threes, knocking down 3-pointers from the perimeter. He does it all.
You look at the stats, and what stands out is the 7 for 11 for Boise State from beyond the arc. They have been knocking down their shots.
63% from 3-point range. That's just absolutely excellent. Colorado State's going to have to find their shooters here in the second half. They're going to win this one.
Should be an exciting second half. We hope you'll join us for it. (39-37) Colorado State. A back and forth first half. The Rams at one point had a double-digit lead. Boise State came back and took the lead. But Colorado State went into the locker room with that 2-point advantage. And look at that, 13-0 this season when leading at halftime. They've been a very good second half team. But Boise State was trailing Friday night and came back and found the plays they needed to get the W.
Well, the way they're shooting 3 balls at 63% clip, they're going to be in this game if they continue to shoot like that, and they got a great chance at winning it. But this game has lived up to expectations so far.
Boise State just 2 points from Kijab, who you see with the basketball right now in that first half, but other guys stepped up to keep them in the game. They
have to find a way to get him going. Looked like they ran a little ISO for him right there, but he couldn't get his shot.
Rice driving, rejected. And Moore tried to run it down to the corner, then stepped on the line, and it stays with Boise State.
Yeah, Thomas told the coach Sunday, don't come in here with that, young fella. This is a beautiful block. But you can see that Max Rice is feeling good about his game. He's being aggressive.
Confidence certainly there. Just a 2.9 point per game guy coming into this game here today. Gets the start with Emmanuel Acott not available for Boise State today, and Rice has taken advantage of the opportunity.
That's what it's all about. Next man up.
Marmouche, double team, and now the pass deflected, but Degenhart was there to receive it.
He was thinking about David Roddy coming over for the block and missed it.
Stevens in traffic. Oh, what a tough play by Isaiah Stevens.
That's a gorgeous move using his body by the point guard. All little guys want to play in the post, just like the big guys want to shoot threes. Little guys want to play in the paint. I know I did. You see Isaiah Stevens right here just backing Max Rice down and shoots a beautiful little fall away right over the top of him.
8 points now for the junior guard out of Allen, Texas. Kendall Moore with his first personal foul. Boise State gets it in. Armouche just trying to muscle Roddy in. And tipped around, and Thomas comes down with it for the Rams.
That was a nice move by Armouche. He had a size advantage over David Roddy down there. Just couldn't get it to go, but I like the move.
Roddy behind the back.
He doesn't force it. He doesn't force it, Lane. You know what I mean? The play wasn't there, and he passed it. Nice pass.
Tanjay lays it in. Great vision with the shot clock still winding down at that point.
Yeah, Tanjay's a hustle guy, just getting all the scraps. You know, Colorado State doesn't run plays directly for him, but he finds a way to score anyway.
Degenhardt against Roddy.
Colorado State is always going to send a help defender when you're down there on the block.
Rice to Armouche. Little floater.
With the left hand. How about that? That's a high degree of difficulty shot. Nice touch by the big man. He's rocking the beard looking like a lumberjack out there.
6 for Armouche. Such a difference maker for this team on the defensive side, from a rebounding standpoint, and just from a toughness standpoint. Stevens does not draw room.
Yeah, that was a little bit too strong by Stevens.
Shaver. Yes.
Well, Kendall Moore got hung up and fell down on the screen. Gave Marcus Shavers an easy look, and he can shoot the 3-ball. Knocks it down.
8 of 12 now beyond the arc for Boise State.
They're on fire.
Tanjay driving against Degenhardt. Good defense from Degenhardt.
Yeah, excellent help defense by both teams.
Rice, deep 3 from Rice, and that one's off the front.
He's got the green light, Lane. There's no doubt about that.
Roddy attacking Armouche, then lost it. Up ahead to Shaver, does not have numbers. And now a nice bounce pass to Kijab, who's fouled going up by Roddy.
That's a nice decision by Marcus Shavers. As you said, did not have the numbers, so he slowed it down. It hit Kijab as a trailer. It's going to be nice to see if Kijab can knock down these free throws and get into some kind of flow.
And the foul be on Deshaun Thomas as he came over and slid in behind, and that's the 3rd on Deshaun Thomas.
Yeah, he's got to be careful. 16.5 minutes left to play. That's a big foul.
Kijab pinballs it in there to tie the game at 43. .67% free throw shooter on the season coming into today.
Yeah, he seems to make them when they count late in ball games, but he does struggle throughout the course of the game.
Boise State's been a great free throw shooting team in the Leon Rice era. They've struggled from the charity stripe this year. They've been better over the last couple of weeks, though.
Maybe he should just back up and shoot his free throw from 3. They're hitting everything from that range.
Stevens leaves it for Thomas, who's rejected by Kijab. Gets it back, though. And now Degenhardt wrestles it away, but a jump ball was called prior.
Oh, that was a great block. A beautiful pass, but I think Deshaun Thomas relaxed, and Kijab said, "Get it out of here." Seeing some great defensive plays, and that's another one right there. That was all ball. Here's Roddy in a little ISO down on the block. Tough shot. How did he make that one, Lane? Wow, I thought that was great defense by Degenhardt, but David Roddy off the glass.
Again, the strength and the balance.
Yeah.
You kind of underestimate the athleticism it takes to make a play like that with the touch that Roddy has. Degenhardt working against Thomas.
I'm really impressed with the poise of Degenhardt to be just a freshman.
Shaver with a deep two.
Well, I know he can shoot the rock, and he got a good clean screen that time to give him a good look, and he knocks it down.
Shaver into double figures with 10. 3 Broncos all in double figures now for Boise State.
Oh, bad pass right there by David Roddy.
Nice look to Armouche. And a nice kiss off the glass for the big man.
A great finish by the big fella, using his body for the reverse land.
Boise State now up to 47-45. And it is loud inside ExtraMile Arena.
Yeah, another three-point shot that hits nothing by Deshaun Thomas.
14 to shoot on the shot clock for Colorado State. Moore driving baseline. Finds Stevens. Extra pass to Tanjay. And Tanjay nails the 3. That's a big one for Colorado State.
This gorgeous ball moving by Colorado State, starting with Kendall Moore, kicking it out to Isaiah Stevens. He kicks it over to Tanjay, and Tanjay yak him from 3. You see Marcus Shavers right here. Just got a great screen. Really clean look. Knocks down the mid-range jumper. And the big fella using the rim, going on the other side for the finish. We got a good one here, Lane.
Armouche has been a really key piece for Boise State. What he does defensively, as we said, he's a great rebounder, maybe one of the best rebounders in the Mountain West Conference, but he is there to finish when you find him, and Boise State has really distributed the basketball well today.
Well, he's an old school big man. You don't have to worry about him drifting out to the three-point line shooting threes. He's going to do all this damage down there in the paint. He's had a really good game here so far for Boise State.
See Nico Medved and his coaching staff. Former NCAA tournament hero Ali Farokmanesh, who hit the big shot for Northern Iowa years ago in the NCAA tournament, right in the center of that huddle as they talk about how they want to attack this Boise State team. Boise State knocking down shots. But to Colorado State's credit, every time Boise State has gone on a run, the Rams have found a way to answer.
They have. The only area they've really struggled is defending the three-point line. Boise State shooting the ball fantastic from 3. If Colorado State can somehow slow them down in that area, they got a great chance of winning this game.
You see Leon Rice in there in the huddle, and now the leading scorers here for Colorado State. Roddy has 12, and kind of a quiet 12, if you can say that.
It is,
There's nothing quiet about David Roddy, but
I agree with you, though.
Stevens has been under control and made the plays he's needed to play, he's needed to make. And Chandler Jacobs, the 5 points off the bench for him, part of the story for the Rams for sure.
He hit a big 3. Kendall Moore we see with 8, but he had those 8 points in the first 5 minutes of the game. He's been silent since then.
And we told you Max Rice, he hit just 9 threes on the season coming into the game today, and he had 3 in the first half.
He might end up with 9 today. Great balance by Boise State, yeah.
5 rebounds for Max Rice in this game also. He's just been very active. Boise State talked a lot. This is a program that really prides itself on defense, and they talked a lot during their shoot-around today about communication, about talking to each other, and about making sure everybody was on the same page. And if they did not do that, how this is a Colorado State team that is so prolific offensively, they can start to carve you up, and they're going to hit some open shots. But Boise State really, for the most part, has done a really nice job.
You mentioned defense, and I think for the teams that have aspirations for winning conference championships, they understand the fact that you have to be able to defend. Everybody wants to score, Lane. Not everybody wants to defend. And if you can get your team to play good, tough defense, you got a great chance at winning not only games, but winning your league's championship. And that's what Boise State is all about. It's about winning the Mountain West for them, as well as Colorado State.
Both of these teams really hyped up coming into this matchup. It is one of the best college basketball matchups of the weekend. And Boise State, we've talked a lot about it. They've just been absolutely lights out from beyond the arc. 8 of 13 from three-point land. And it is hard to go 8 of 13 from three-point land and be down a point in the second half. But that's how good of a team Colorado State is.
Yes, well-rounded, as you said. Competitive. Great help defense on the block. The only thing they're giving up to Boise State is the threes, and Boise State's hitting them. And as you said, a one-point game. Not often you see a team that's knocked down that many threes trail.
Colorado State really wanted to take it to Boise State inside. That was one of their focuses coming into this game. And 18 points in the paint so far for Colorado State in this game so far. Boise State basketball coming out of the timeout.
Yeah, this is a zone here for Colorado State, so they're going to have to find those shooters, Degenhardt and Rice. And I thought Rice should have let that one go. He was wide open. You got to be ready to catch and shoot.
Shaver in the corner for another three.
Just like that, that young man was ready to catch and shoot and yakking for Marcus Shaver.
Been a big second half for Shaver. He's got 13 points now in the game, and he's 3 for 3 beyond the arc.
He has a beautiful stroke. Great form. A great defense right there by Marcus Shaver, denying that reversal pass.
Tanjay nearly had it stripped, and now a little contact.
You can't lose sight of shooters. Yeah.
He's been huge in this second half. Boise State has hit on 5 of their last 6 field goals in this game, and they have jumped out to a 2-point lead, 50-48 here at ExtraMile Arena in Boise. Boise State with a 2-point lead here in the second half in a big matchup in the Mountain West Conference here this afternoon. 13 points today for Marcus Shaver. That's just a little bit over his season average at 12.7. Double figures in 19 of 24 games this year, and he has just been steady. A high efficiency player, 3 for 3 beyond the arc for Shaver in this game. Roddy's spin move, so explosive, and he draws the contact. Couldn't get it to fall for the end one.
Yeah, the ref was calling it on the floor. David doesn't agree with that. But just a gorgeous move, showing his skill set down there on the post against a bigger player.
Second foul on Armouche.
I wouldn't want to box that guy out. I wouldn't want that responsibility, laying have to box him out down there in the paint. I thought that was great defense that time. Of course, David Roddy into a tough shot attempt.
Boise State trying to build on a 2-point lead. Degenhardt. Key jab cut off. Now gets it to Rice. 12 to shoot. Key jab driving. Looking underneath. What a feed to Armouche.
That was a gorgeous pass and a great job of catching and finishing by Armouche. Key jab with the vision.
4-point lead now for Boise State.
There's a lot of holding and grabbing going on these cuts, but the refs are letting them play. Another beautiful pass.
Moores with a little baby hook underneath.
Yeah, great patient finish. We're seeing some nice passing by both teams.
Shaver being defended by the freshman Jalen Lake. Degenhardt entry to Armouche, working against Morris. Trying to go with that left hand. Kicks out Degenhardt, puts it on the floor. Little jumper, no good. Armouche tries to come down with the offensive glass. He does. Rice open for 3, in and out. Oh, what effort by Degenhardt to get back the offensive rebound.
Well, the Broncos are beating around, so all the loose balls.
Another offensive rebound. Degenhardt for 3.
You might as well go on and give it one more Freshman of the Week award and make it 7, because he is absolutely feeling it, playing to the crowd, everything else.
Degenhardt is connected on all 3 threes he's attempted today. He's got 13 in the game.
Yeah, Degenhardt is dropping some daggers right in Colorado State's heart.
Defense leading the offense. Key jab.
Oh, the Broncos are rolling now. 7-point lead. Colorado State's going to have to call a timeout. Oh, this crowd is getting up on their feet. They're getting into it now.
This place is absolutely on fire right now here in Boise as the Broncos with a 57-50 lead. Now, Boise State has used a 7-2 run to take a 7-point lead, and Nico Medved none too happy about it. Really challenging his team during the timeout.
Oh, yes, he is, because they haven't made any adjustments at halftime as far as stopping Boise State from knocking down all these threes. Degenhardt and Shavers are having their way. Both of those guys are 3 for 3 from long range. And as a result, Boise State is up 7.
Stevens driving.
You see the little fake pass that froze the defender? Oh, that was a gorgeous move by Isaiah Stevens.
He is a fun guard to watch play the game. Plays it almost perfectly. So
yes,
under control, great vision. Shaver.
Good hands by Chandler Jacobs.
Jacobs knocks it away. There's that energy
great defense right there.
Looking for.
I got to give him a clap on that one. That was absolutely excellent defense by Chandler Jacobs. This is the way you compete right here. He fights over the top of the screen, gets a hand on the ball, then he's about to dive on the floor, but doesn't have to because he comes up with the steal. That's excellent D right there. Doesn't get any better than that.
Second personal on Shaver. Rivera feeds to Stevens, leaves it underneath for Moores.
He's dropping dimes, Lane. He can score, he can pass the rock. He is fun to watch.
Moores has given Colorado State some good minutes off the bench today. He is 6 off the bench. Degenhardt puts it on the floor.
Yeah, I thought Degenhardt should have let that one go. He hasn't missed yet.
Kijab said, "That's okay, I'll do it for you."
Kijab said, "Let me get in on the party. I want in, fellas. I want to knock down some 3 balls too."
Kijab had just 2 at halftime, but he knocks down a big 3 there.
He's the leading scorer for Boise State coming into this one with 14 a game. You know it would be a matter of time, but you know he would get involved.
Jacobs, nice move underneath, but couldn't finish, and Kijab comes away with the glass.
That was a gorgeous move. And Kijab looked like he's feeling he wants another shot. Shavers thought about it.
Shaver driving, and he'll draw the foul.
And Lane, we talk about Abu Kijab only had 2 points at halftime, but this was a huge 3 right there. Not really known for his 3-point shooting, but I guess he said everybody else is knocking him down. I don't want to be left out. Let me get in on the party.
Just a 23% 3-point shooter coming into the game, but knocks down a big one right there as Boise State sends Shaver to the line now after Rivera's first personal foul. And the first one is in the cylinder for Shaver.
That was a great decision by Tyson Degenhardt. You know, drove in there, the defense collapsed, kicked it out. Great read by him.
Misses the second, and it stays at a 7-point lead, the largest lead of the game for Boise State. Stevens takes his man off the dribble, and nice control as he finishes with a kiss.
Boy, is he crafty. His hesitation and change of speed is just excellent. Oh, the young man is fun to watch. He's putting on a clinic.
Run a little weave out front is Boise State. Kijab trying to connect again. This one pinballs in and out.
Well, he didn't look like he had that one in his hands good, but let it go anyway. And then here comes that Stevens guy again. So under control though.
A little high post with Moores.
Look at Moores. Go to work, big fella. Oh, put him in a spin cycle, whirlpool style. Woo, Lane.
Moores with 8 points off the bench. Rice comes off the screen. And
got too much body right there.
Rivera called for the foul as Kijab trying to go right. And Rivera was right there. That's the second personal on Rivera.
And we see Isaiah Stevens in the lane. His change of speed is just fun to watch. And then the big fella said, "Let me show you what I got." Spin move to the left-handed finish. Gorgeous.
Moores has been a big part of the story for Colorado State. Very big in the second half. He comes off the floor here, as you see.
He's giving them some great minutes. A lot of the times he's getting spoon-fed, but that time he created that basket on his own with a great individual one-on-one play.
Kuzmanovic back in there for Boise State. 8 to shoot on the shot clock for Kijab, working against Jacobs. 5 to shoot.
He's a good defender, Lane. He's making Key-Jab work, force him into a tough shot.
Well, the home crowd doesn't like that call. Moose trying to say that he was fouled by Roddy. John Higgins doesn't agree. Boise State with a 3-point lead with 3 minutes. Should say 8 minutes remaining here in this second half. Rather significant football game being played later tonight. Take a look at the Mountain West players that will be represented in the Super Bowl. Logan Wilson had a big role in that second half comeback for the Bengals as that defense shut down Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Kevin O'Connell likely to be named tomorrow the head football coach of the Minnesota Vikings.
Super Bowl. Who you got, Lane? Who you going with?
I think the Rams.
The Rams, huh? Aaron Donald and the Rams.
I think that's where I'm headed.
Yeah, I agree with you. Even though Joe Burrows, he's got a lot of confidence.
He can play.
Got a little bit of swag, doesn't he?
That guy can play the game.
Yes, sir.
And he is a leader.
That's a great contest right there.
Boise State with a 3-point lead. Kuzmanovic really had to take it away. Key-Jab gets it.
He's got a good defender on him. Chandler Jacobs is an excellent defensive player.
Just 8 to shoot on the shot clock for Boise State. Armoose trying to drive the lane. A little too strong.
That was a great rip through, though. He caught David Roddy relaxing and almost got him.
Trailing was more. They swing it around to Jacobs on that left side.
That's a mismatch right here. They got to be patient and try to get that ball inside of David Roddy with Max Rice on him, but they decide to go the other way.
Degenhart with his third as he bodies up out at the top of the key.
David Roddy's a little bit too unselfish for me, Lane. You know, he's the man, and he's just playing into the flow of the game. But sometimes you got to say, you know what, I'm just going to take over this game. And we're getting to that point right now with 6:47 left. He's just kind of playing through the flow of the game. He's got to be a little bit more aggressive if Colorado State is going to win this one.
Rice and Degenhart out. Get them a breather before the stretch run to finish this game. Here's Stevens off the dribble. Somehow he found more. Open for 3.
All right. I don't know how he saw him out there.
Trailing is Shaver. Short. Now Jacobs wanting around the floor. He's got numbers. Leaves it for Roddy.
Roddy the body, ladies and gentlemen. I've been waiting on that all day. Throw it down, big fella. Throw it down.
Roddy
Great
with
pass.
14 in the game now.
That's a great dish by Chandler Jacobs.
Nice look to
pass.
Shaver.
Oh, get it out of here. Talked about Chandler Jacobs' defense. Great block right there.
Colorado State with a 6-0 run right now. Oh! Are you kidding me?
Leon Rice is calling for a travel, but that was just a 2 steps to a fall away off of one leg. That was gorgeous. David Roddy, ladies and gentlemen.
This
Just talked about him needing to step up, Lane, and he's doing it.
This has been some show this afternoon between these two teams.
Yes, it has.
Just going back and forth. Two really good teams going to find themselves in the NCAA tournament. Both fighting to try and win the Mountain West Conference. 5 to shoot. Kuzmanovic working on Roddy, driving. And he goes over the backboard with it.
That's a tough shot attempt right there. Great defense once again by Colorado State. But we're going to take a look at David Roddy right here. Gorgeous pass by Chandler Jacobs, and the big fella just goes up and throws it down. And this move right here, 1, 2. It was a slow motion 1, 2 off the glass. Leon Rice thought it was a travel. The ref said, bucket counts.
Roddy has been huge. 16 points so far in this game. Hey, next Sunday, it's the most iconic day in all of motorsports, the Daytona 500. The Great American Race kicks off the 2022 NASCAR season at 2:30 Eastern, 11:30 Pacific, only on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
You like fast cars, Lane? I'm more of a cruiser kind of guy, me myself. You look like a guy that'll have a Ferrari, though, just flying around getting tickets all over Nebraska.
I drive a truck.
What type of truck you got?
A Silverado.
Silverado, all right. I'm a Ford guy.
There you go.
But okay. Yeah.
I've been to one NASCAR race in my life, and
Never been to NASCAR.
It's pretty impressive in person. You can feel the energy off the cars. I'm not a guy that dials in NASCAR every week necessarily, but I will dabble and appreciate the.
When I played in the NBA for the Charlotte Hornets, that's a huge NASCAR area. Yeah.
8-0 run for Colorado State here. Stevens nearly had it knocked away.
He's got a mismatch right here that he could just clear out of his way with the bigger guy on him.
And to shoot, gets it to Roddy. Knocked away by Degenhardt. And it's going to go out of bounds with just 3 to shoot on the shot clock, though, for Colorado State.
That's just great defense. Armos with great defense on a much smaller player, Stevens. I thought Stevens was going to put him on Dancing with the Stars and just shake and bake him to death, but that was a great defensive job by the big fella.
Get it into Roddy. Has to throw it up, and I'm not even sure he got it off in time. He did not.
But once again, denying the entry pass from out of bounds by the big fella. Pays off.
I think, Eldridge, the thing that I take from this game is just the energy and the effort both teams are putting forth. How can you not appreciate how much these two teams are putting themselves out there right now in this game?
It's been super competitive. I agree with you. But there's a lot at stake. You know, both of these teams are fighting for this Mountain West championship, and they're leaving it all on the floor here today.
It's a 1-point Colorado State lead. A 4:46 drought for Boise State. It'll continue.
Yeah, nice drive by Max Rice. Couldn't get it to go. And here's Isaiah Stevens.
Stevens looking for Roddy, nearly threw it away. Now fouls whistled.
And they're going to call the hold there. But I agree with you, Land. It's a super competitive game. Both teams playing extremely hard, playing great defense. Of course, Boise State shooting the lights out from 3.
It's foul number 2 on Max Rice. Now get it into Roddy. Stevens backs it back out. Now trying to attack Armouche. Pulls up for 3. Too strong, and Boise State will track it down.
I've been impressed with the big fella's defense. You know, they're switching off, and he's guarding a point guard 22 feet from the rim, and he's doing an excellent job. Isaiah Stevens is no easy guy to guard on the perimeter for guards. And you put a center on him. That's really impressive.
Degenhardt turns into the double team and then kicks it out to Shaver. 8 to shoot. Leaves it for Armouche. 3 to shoot. Key jab. Double pump jumper off the glass, and there's another shot clock violation.
Yeah, I don't think Key jab was aware of how low the shot clock was. Forced himself into taking a really, really tough shot. But David Roddy is getting involved in this one late. And you spoon feed him like that, he's going to just do some damage on the rim.
One-point lead for Colorado State. Shirt says it's on. That's kind of the theme of this game between these two teams. It's been on since the very beginning.
He's got the right shirt on today, no doubt about that. It's been on since tip-off. 1-point game with 3:28 left to play.
Look at that, 9 lead changes in this game. It's felt like 18.
It's been like a heavyweight fight, you know. Just when you think Colorado State was pulling away, Boise State comes back. You think Boise State's pulling away, Colorado State comes back. I think this one is going down to the final possession.
Eldridge, it was 57-50 Boise State. Nico Medved called that timeout, got after his team, and now they're up 62-61.
Yes, I remember that play. I don't know what he said. It looked like it was pretty intense. But his players got it.
Stevens, Moore, driving, little floater. And big rebound by Armouche.
Yeah, Armouche with his size. David Roddy had the position, but Armouche being bigger just went right over the top of him and grabbed that one.
Rice has been quiet here in the second half after a big first half.
He got off to a great start.
Key-Jab 10 to shoot.
Key-Jab looked like he wants to go middle because Jacobs is giving him the baseline, but he continues to try to get to the middle.
Degenhardt, contested three.
Degenhardt with the dagger in the heart. Oh, the young fella can shoot the rock.
4 for 4 beyond the arc for Degenhardt. He has 16 in the contest. He leads Boise State in scoring. Roddy for 3. That's too strong.
Yeah, tough shot right there. The big one. Big possession right here for Boise State. They're calling out some kind of special set here. Let's see what they run.
Two minutes remaining in this game. It's a 2-point Boise State lead. Rice comes off the screen, finds Shaver. Now 5 to shoot. Shaver with a deep 3. That one's short. Armouche fighting for the rebound, knocked away and out of bounds.
That's great effort by Armouche right there. Couldn't quite grab it, but I love his effort. And then this young fella right here, Tyson Degenhardt with the dagger.
Degenhardt plays with such a
He's not lacking any confidence, is he?
Such a high energy presence.
Yeah. He's got some swag with him.
You would never guess he was a freshman.
Mount Spokane High School. You're absolutely right about that. He looked like he's been here before for a few years, as a matter of fact. That's a mismatch right here.
90 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Boise State had to send some help quicker. Shaver's down there on David Roddy. They didn't get there fast enough, so Shaver had to foul him.
Third personal on Shaver.
You got to get that help there sooner than this. Armouche is hesitating coming down. He's got to get there quick. 2-point game, 1:28 left.
I'll get it into Roddy. Tanjay to Jacobs, driving against Key-Jab, steps back for 3. Chandler Jacobs, how big has he been?
Oh boy, Chandler Jacobs. Key-Jab fell down. He just took advantage of it.
Punch, counter punch.
Yes, sir. This is like Ali and Frazier right here, blow for blow.
Rams back up by a point. Degenhardt thought about a deep 3.
Oh, young fella, you're 4 for 4. Let it go.
And now it turns into the double team and a foul whistled.
Now they're going to call that one on Tanjay. Yeah, we see right here. Chandler Jacobs is driving. Key-Jab gambles, trying to pick up an offensive foul, but Jacob makes him pay. That's a big-time three-pointer right there.
The first personal on Tanjay, and now a timeout is called.
Yeah, folks, if you got to go to the bathroom, I'm sorry, because you don't want to go nowhere and miss this ending.
What a game this has been. It's exhausting just watching. I can't imagine what it's like to play in this game between these two teams. It has been a lot of fun. David Roddy with 16 points on 6 of 11 from the field for Colorado State. And of course, Roddy was named to the Naismith Award watch list earlier this week. 2 players from the Mountain West Conference being named to that list, Roddy and then Fresno State's Orlando Robinson. And you talk about pro prospects. Orlando Robinson's an NBA prospect and then some.
Yes, sir. Averaging 19 a game, 8 rebounds. And then David Roddy, 19 and 8 as well. The thing that's most impressive to me with David Roddy is the fact that he continues to play within the flow of the game. He's not forcing anything. He just lets the game come to him. And I love that about him. A lot of guys want to put their numbers up, you know, and they're going to force some shots. He doesn't play that way.
Now, you said earlier you'd like to see him maybe force the issue a little bit more, especially late in a game like this, right?
Yeah, be aggressive. But sometimes guys hunt shots. You know, they figure, oh, I'm averaging 19. I got to get my stats. He's not like that.
Rice driving off the glass, no good, tipped around and fighting for the basketball, and Jacobs comes away with it for Colorado State.
Yeah, they're going to call that foul on Max Rice, trying to get in there and get a steal at the end. But just great defense once again by Colorado State, forcing Max into a tough shot. You see right there, that's a tough shot attempt. Armouche almost got the tip in.
That's the 3rd personal on Max Rice. It is a 1-point lead for Colorado State. And Jacobs going to the free throw line here for a 1-and-1. Jacobs has been huge off the bench. 8 points and 6 rebounds.
He's an 83% free throw shooter.
And he knocks down the first.
It's a little bit different shot, though, at this point in the game with the pressure. You see the crowd is waving the balloons in the air. The band is jumping up and down.
Second one on the way. That one is in the cylinder as well.
Yeah, for the kids out there, if you got a routine and you're thinking about your routine, you completely block all of that stuff out, because if you see those balloons waving, you're going to be in trouble.
So a 3-point lead for Colorado State, under 30 seconds to play in the game.
Look at, they're trying to force this screen and roll. They're trying to keep it on the sideline. Kendall Moore is going to pick up the foul, but I thought that was an excellent job by him. He's a scrappy defender.
It's been a 13-3 run for Colorado State over the last 8:40 of this game.
Yeah, they're trying not to let Marcus Shaver come over the top of that screen and get to the middle of the floor. If they run that high screen and roll again, we'll take a look at it again. It's called forcing it down.
23 seconds remaining in this game. A 3-point lead for Colorado State. Rice gets it to Shaver.
The shot clock is going down.
Now 8 to shoot of the shot clock. Tonje with good defense out top. Step back deep, 3 from Shaver. My goodness.
Man, get out of here, Lane. You talk about stepping up with some big plays on both sides. Marcus Shaver with the step back and the yak him right in your eye. Oh, shoot the rock, young fella.
The 13th triple of this game for Boise State. They have been knocking down their threes all game long. They really didn't get a good look. Shaver just made it happen.
Moose ran up there to set the screen for him. He turned it down and went opposite of it. Step back and just yak him right in your grill. Marcus Shaver.
Shaver with a game-high 17 points. He is 4 of 6 from beyond the arc. He has been absolutely outstanding here this afternoon.
Well, the Broncos have shot the 3-ball well all game long, so I'm not surprised that he hit that one. You told me you had a feeling that Boise State was going to step up and make some big plays, and you won't see a prettier one than that. I mean, that is absolutely gorgeous.
All right, so 7.1 remaining at Colorado State. You're Nico Medved. What are you trying to dial up here to get your team to win and get out of here?
I would think they're going to try to go to David Roddy. I expect David Roddy, Isaiah Stevens to get the shot here, or at least make the play. That's their 2-man guys. There's 8.3 seconds left on the clock. I've never seen an inbounds play like this where all 4 guys on one side. Leon Rice maybe had neither, so he called the timeout and try to get his defense set.
So they put a little bit of time back on. Yeah. 8.3 seconds.
Isaiah Stevens is the type of point guard that can create his own shot off the dribble, but it wouldn't surprise me to see them try to get that ball to David Roddy as well. But one of those 2 guys I think is going to make the play here.
Yeah, those are the 2 guys that kind of have brought you to this point. Stevens and Roddy, both all-conference players. In the case of Roddy, perhaps an All-American player.
There's no pressure here either because the game is tied. So if you miss the shot, they got to run the clock all the way down and not give Boise State any time. So there's no pressure. When you miss it, you're just an OT. Different game if you're down 1 or 2.
Well, you've been treated to a great game this afternoon if you're here at ExtraMile Arena, or if you've been with us throughout this one. You see Nico Medved. He talked to his staff, figured out what they wanted to do. Now he's relaying it to his squad.
Yeah, I don't know how good the Super Bowl is going to be today, but this game right here is lived up to expectations. Oh, man, I'm ready to stand up and watch the rest of this last 8.3 seconds. I might have to get out of my chair, man. They got me having a flashback.
This is the best offensive team in the Mountain West Conference in Colorado State, and one of the better defensive teams in the country in Boise State. It's going to come down to this last possession, lest we might get extra basketball. We will see.
They got to come up with a big stop right here. And Colorado State has to go full court. Let's see who they get this ball into. I'm expecting the inbound and get it right back to Isaiah Stevens because he's taking the ball out of bounds.
Stevens to get it in. Finds Roddy. Back to Stevens. Stevens across half court. Hesitation, driving, had it stripped away by Kejab.
Well, you talked about that defense, Lance, and I think you nailed it on the head. That's just a great job. I believe that was Marcus Shaver that got a hand on that ball. Not sure what's going on here.
Kijab stepped on the line. Leon Rice wants a foul called.
And Leon Rice is right. He's correct. Right here, Kijab gets a hand on that ball. And when he picks it up, yeah, that's a collision.
And now the refs are going to see. The refs are going to see if they need to add time back on when he stepped on the line, to see if they need to add back some time.
He got bumped before he stepped on the line. I'm not sure if they're going to take that into consideration.
Leon Rice not happy.
I don't blame him. That's just great defensive help right there by Kijab.
So John Higgins and Randy McCall over there at the monitor right now.
I won't be upset with overtime though, partner. This has been a good one.
Yeah. And that would have been foul number 7 on Colorado State had they made the call. So a fairly significant no call.
Well, I don't know what's going on. The crowd is booing. I don't know. Oh, they must be looking at the replay. Let's take a look. Kijab reaches in right there. He gets the steal, gets the ball, and he's bumped right there. Then the refs call him out of bounds. But yeah, the refs.
Yeah, the only reason he went out of bounds is because he was fouled, or at least that's the way it looks to us.
Yeah, he was bumped. He was bumped out of bounds. There's no doubt about it. And the ref is standing right there. He missed that one.
So 1.6 is going to be on the clock. Leon Rice waving off John Higgins.
Whatever they want to say to Leon Rice, he's not interested in hearing it.
So 1.6 remaining in a tie ball game, and it is going to be Boise State basketball.
Lane, I tell you what, man, you talked about how good of a defensive team Boise State was, and that was just an excellent defensive job on that play. Isaiah Stevens tried to get to the cup. What's going on now?
Well, so John Higgins came out and pointed that it was Boise State basketball, and Michael Irving came over and said we need to go back to the monitor. So now all 3 officials are over at the monitor again.
Uh-oh. Kelly, if you're still watching, I might have to say something. Yeah, Michael Irvin's going over to explain something to Coach Medved.
So the call is out of bounds.
It looked like it's going to stay.
And I don't know how you
can't reverse the call.
Reverse that.
More time on the clock, yeah.
And so now they go back over to the scores table. And boy,
to me, Lane, it was clearly Isaiah Stevens bumps Kijab, which forced him to step on the sideline. We take another look at it here.
And look, this is a big play. And this is a gigantic play. Not just in this game,
right there, you can see the body contact. That's clearly a foul.
In the context of the conference, this is a huge game. And so the officials want to get this right. And credit to them for taking their time with it.
I don't know how they can go back and call a foul, though. Can they do that?
John Higgins trying to explain to Niko Medved. Niko Medved does not like whatever he's telling him.
You didn't figure that much out, huh? It looked like it's going to be Boise State's ball.
Nico's now asking Randy McCall what happened, and asking for Randy McCall, who made the call, over on the sideline.
They said he stepped on the sideline, but we all could see from the replay that he was bumped. So I think it's the right decision to give the ball to Boise State if that's what it's going to be.
And he never stepped on the sideline, but he dribbled the ball on the line, is what it looked like.
Gotcha.
After the contact. So it's going to be Boise State basketball with 1.6 remaining. Max Rice to get it in.
Flash to the ball here. I don't expect him to throw this ball into the backcourt. They're going to throw this over. And Coach Medved calls a timeout. Just wanted to get a look at what set they were in.
So now Colorado State will try to figure out how they want to set things up defensively. This is just a huge game. Of course, you've got Boise State, just 1 loss in conference play. Colorado State trying to stay in that conference championship conversation. All 3 of those teams at the top are safely in the NCAA tournament right now. San Diego State probably a bubble team that has a shot to get in also, but this is a huge game in so many aspects for both of these two programs.
You take a look at the standings as we see them on the screen here, and if Colorado State loses this game, they're going to fall to 9-4, whereas Boise State will be 11-1. 3 games behind. That's a huge hole to be in. So there's a whole lot at stake here. There's a Mountain West championship at stake.
So if you're Boise State, you got 1.6 left. Chance to win this game. You've shot the ball extremely well from beyond the arc, and that's probably the only look you're going to get with the amount of time that's on the clock. What are you trying to draw up here?
They're going to draw up something, I think, either to get this ball to Degenhart. Can't get it to Max Rice as he's taking it out of bounds to Shavers, but Shavers is already in the backcourt unless somebody's going to come and set a back screen for him. I don't expect him to throw it into the backcourt over here.
Rice trying to get it in
for him.
Key jab. Turnaround jumper at the horn. No.
I thought that shot was going to go in. What a great job of execution of a play and getting Key jab a great look. Wow.
Free basketball in Boise.
Yes, sir.
This game has lived up to the billing, and he got a good look.
Really, really good look, Lane. He sure did.
See Max Rice with the hands on his head in disbelief. How about some more? Why not? 67 all.
I know the folks out there had those.
Well, 40 minutes wasn't enough, and you figured when you came to the arena today that you were going to see a great basketball game, because on paper this looked like one of the games of the weekend and one of the games of the season in the Mountain West Conference, and that's exactly what we've been treated to here today as we go to overtime here at ExtraMile Arena in Boise.
That's a perfect name, because we're going to Extra Mile right now with overtime. We're in the right place, partner.
Fans have been treated to an absolute dandy here this afternoon. Boise State, the home team, has shot the lights out from beyond the arc. 57% from 3 for Boise State in this game, including a deep 3 from Shaver to tie it at 67 with 8 seconds remaining.
Armouche looked like he stepped on someone's foot or something.
Now Key jab falls down.
And let's see where they're going here at Boise State.
Degenhart spins baseline, now backs it back out. 8 to shoot on the shot clock for Shaver. Step back 2 for Shaver, and that's left short. Armouche almost had the rebound. Tipped into the hands of Tanjay. The Rams want to run. Here's Jacobs trying to go up strong, and he is fouled.
That's a good foul by Marcus Shaver. Boy, did he ever create some serious space on that step back jumper. Couldn't get it to go, but he got the shot that he wanted.
That is number 4 on Shaver.
That's a good foul right there. You don't want to give up an easy basket right there.
Jacobs, a great free throw shooter. 2 for 2 at the charity stripe today, and he knocks down the first one.
He's come off the bench and done a nice job for Colorado State. In my game early in the year against Air Force, he started in that particular ball game, but I think he's been excellent here today.
12 points off the bench for Chandler Jacobs.
Yeah, he's a veteran guy, so he's been in games like this before over the course of his career.
Season average of just 5.2 points per game. Jacobs has been big. 2-point advantage for Colorado State. Armouche against Roddy.
You can see Colorado State always has a help guy right there in the lane ready to come over.
Rice with a little floater, and it ties it at 69.
Well, the last couple of times he's been into the lane, he couldn't convert. But you're right. Gorgeous floater by Max Rice.
Rice has 13 in the game. Stevens. What a pass into the corner to Jacobs with 5 to shoot. Jacobs driving, working on Key jab with the left hand.
That was an absolutely gorgeous move. Chandler Jacobs has been phenomenal coming off the bench for Colorado State here today. A nice finish with the left hand. And Boise State is going to try to ISO Key jab on Jacobs here. The Colorado State has helped defenders just waiting.
Hijab with 11 to shoot. Nice pass underneath to Armouche. Defense from Roddy tipped around and knocked back out to Boise State.
Oh, big fella had a great look but couldn't finish.
And Rice is fouled.
That was an old Charles Barkley play right there. That's what it reminded me of, Lane. I mean, Hijab must have took 25 dribbles over there trying to get a shot.
It's number 3 on Jacobs. And Rice goes to the free throw line here. Front end on the way, and it's good.
There's some big points in here in overtime for Max Rice. Got off to a good start, then he cooled off. And he hits them both.
15 points for Max Rice. And we're tied at 71. Stevens. Roddy had it nearly knocked away. Stevens gets it back. Kicks it out to Moore. Extra pass. Tanjay. Too strong. Rice comes down for rebound for Boise State.
Great defensive job by Boise State. Had a mismatch on the post, but the help was there. So David Roddy couldn't post up Max Rice. And I'm surprised Isaiah Stevens isn't trying to take a moose off the dribble out there past the three-point line. But the big fella showed he could guard smaller players on the perimeter.
Hijab against Jacobs. Another look inside Armouche. Knocked away by Jacobs. Man,
that's great defense
shot
by
clock
Colorado
violation.
State.
Jacobs has just been all over the place.
He's a phenomenal defender. You can see he has long arms, but it's been great defense on both ends. Both teams are playing great defense. You can see Roddy sitting right there to help. Stevens sitting to help. Gorgeous pass by Hijab. Colorado State hasn't been able to get any good looks here in the overtime period.
It's too bad somebody has to lose this game.
You're not kidding.
Roddy spinning, doubled. Nowhere to go with the basketball. 4 to shoot. Jacobs, what a move to the basket by Jacobs.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me with the sidestep getting to the cup.
Jacobs has 16 off the bench in this game.
He's stepping up big time on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. He's flat out getting it done. You see Roddy right here being double teamed. Didn't see Stevens in the corner earlier, or Kendall Moore rather. This is a beautiful move by Chandler Jacobs. Fake the pass, froze Max Rice a little bit. Almost couldn't get over there in time. But Jacobs is delivering.
In games like this, somebody has to step up. Guys have to step up that maybe you're not expecting to. Max Rice has been that guy for Boise State to a degree. And Chandler Jacobs has been that guy for Colorado State. A lot of it for Jacobs has come here in the second half.
It has. I've been impressed with his defense, but his scoring has been huge as well. He hit that big, huge three. Made some nice passes. He's paid huge dividends for Coach Magic. Whatever he said during that timeout when he looked extremely upset, his players got it.
It was 57 to 50 at that point in time, and Colorado State really jumped right back into this game. Ended up taking the lead. Of course, Boise State had the big three from Shaver with 8 seconds remaining in regulation to send this game to overtime.
And we still got a lot of time left, partner. A minute 20, 2-point game with so much at stake.
Rice, good defense by Stevens, but he backs him in anyway.
That's
and ties it at 73.
It's a smart play by Max Rice. Put that ball on the floor and created something out of nothing on that possession.
Under 60 seconds here in overtime, tied at 73.
How about Max Rice playing the role of the go-to guy? The only reason he's in the starting lineup is because Aycock is out. Aycock might not get his job back, Lane.
Roddy, nice look to Jacobs. Extra pass in the corner to Tanjay. Too strong. Offensive glass to Jacobs.
He's been everywhere.
Stevens driving. Pull-up jumper in the paint. Rattles in and out. Roddy with the follow.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Stepping up at the right time. Huge putback for David Roddy. Quiets the crowd once again. Right here, a beautiful move by Max Rice. He just takes his time and gets the smaller player, Isaiah Stevens, in the paint. And right here, Stevens with the nice little jumper. I thought it was going to go, but look who's right there in the right place at the right time, David Roddy.
18 points now for Roddy as you see him with hands on knees trying to catch his breath a little bit. And why wouldn't you be a little bit tired? Not just playing this first overtime, but the amount of minutes he's been on the floor and just how much energy has been involved in this game from opening tip to this point. You see what's coming up for Colorado State. They're in the midst of 4 games in 4 cities over 9 days. And it is even 5 games in 5 cities over 11 days if you want to stretch it out a little bit further than that.
Yeah, they've got a tough stretch down here, but this was an excellent game here today. I mean, it's been slugfest, like a heavyweight bout. Both teams going at it. 29.4 left, Lane.
How fun will that game at Colorado State be at Moby Arena on March 5th between these two teams?
I'm not going to be there, but I wish I was, but I'll definitely be tuning in.
29 seconds remaining.
Let's see where the Broncos go here.
A 2-point lead for Colorado State. Shot clock is off. It's irrelevant.
Wonder if this ball is going to come back to Marcus Shaver. There he
Shaver
is.
has it. Looking for Degenhart. 12 seconds. Degenhart spinning, double teamed. Turnaround jumper too strong. Rebound Armouche and a foul.
That's a great rebound right there. Great help defense once again by Colorado State. They don't give you anything at all easy. As we see Degenhart right here going to the hole, he spins and he spins right into David Roddy. And that's just a great rebound. Armouche.
First personal on Roddy. And Armouche goes to the line here.
We talked about the fact that he's a 39% free throw shooter, Lane, so this is going to be huge. Let's see if the big fella can convert.
Front end on the way. It's good.
Didn't look like a 39% shoot on that one to me.
Just 32 of 82 at the free throw line coming into the game today for Armouche. But he knocks down the front end. This one to tie it with 7.5 seconds remaining. Left it short, tipped around into the hands of Stevens, and Stevens is fouled with 4.8 remaining.
Oh man, I feel bad for the big fella. He's played so great today, and that's a pressure situation to be in down 2. They still got a chance. But Stevens is going to go to the line, and Isaiah Stevens is shooting. He's an 89% free throw shooter. I'm not a gambling man, but if I was, I would bet that he's going to make these. But like I said, it's a different shot with the game on the line. Guys, get the shakes, Lane.
Isaiah Stevens, front end is good.
They have money on the first one.
Veteran Isaiah Stevens, a junior out of Allen, Texas. Second team All Mountain West Conference last year. He's good for both of them, and it's a 3-point advantage for Colorado State with 4.8 remaining.
Do you foul or do you let him get off a 3? That's the question.
Shaver crosses over. He is blocked by Roddy at the buzzer, and that's going to do it. David Roddy.
Oh, the big fella stepping up at the right time.
And he is letting his teammates know about it. This is a huge victory on the road for Nico Medved and Colorado State. It keeps their Mountain West Conference championship hopes alive. Shaver, who tied it at the end of regulation, gets blocked by Roddy. And Roddy just volleyball spikes it out of the picture as time expires.
It was a great defensive game the whole entire ball game, and it ended on a great defensive play by one of the best players in the Mountain West Conference, David Roddy.
Win number 20 on the year for Colorado State. Now 10-3 in Mountain West Conference play for Colorado State. Just a half game back now. Boise State in the standings. These two teams will meet again on March 5th. How fun will that be?
That's going to be a great ball game. You're talking about going down to the wire. This Mountain West race is going to be fantastic.
Chandler Jacobs, how big was he? Degenhart in the losing effort was outstanding as well. What a freshman he is. in the Mountain West. Armouche giving applause to the fans who are here today, and they saw an absolute classic.
Yeah, sure did.
That's going to do it for us here this afternoon. Thanks for joining us. For our producer Bobby Hayden, our director Erica Ferrero, and for Eldridge Rakasner, I'm Ling Grindle. Colorado State wins it over Boise State 77-74 here today at ExtraMile Arena in Mountain West Conference play. It was an absolute classic. So long from Boise.